Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I appreciate you coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is forced to fight. My support scripture I'm using is Job chapter 6, verses 24 through 26. It says, "Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forcible are right words, but what doth your arguing reprove? Do you imagine to reprove words, and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind?" Now, Job is saying these things after going through so much, and he's upset. In the whole book of Job, he's upset with his friends. He ends up being upset. Not upset with God, but he asked God a question. He's thinking like, "Hey, God, have I not been righteous?" He's frustrated. And he's on the fight with his words. But we have to think about ourselves. Look at this. Look at it as I read this again. Who can hold their tongue? Most people like to give their opinion. No one likes to listen to the words or criticism given. It says, "Teach me, and I will hold my tongue." He's asking God to teach him. And we've asked God to make us patient. We've asked God to make us kind, to make us more gentle. And he's given us situations. The problem is we failed so many times. We asked to be calm in a situation, and he put us in a situation, and we react the same way. He teaches us, we ask to, be more gentle, more patient, more kind. We ask all these things, and then he puts us in those situations. As I go on to read, it says, "How forcible are right words?" You can be right, but how forcible are the words that you're using? Is it going to get you anywhere? Can I make somebody do what I know is right? No. So, but what does your arguing reprove? Arguing with people about something that's right. It is amazing the amount of energy and effort we exert to try to get people to understand our side of things, to understand that this is the right way, that you should be married before you have children. Wow, crazy concept. But we will argue those points. We will argue that, hey, you shouldn't do this. You should not sleep with a, married woman. And a single woman should not sleep with a married man. You can argue these points all day, but people are going to do what they want to do. So how forcible are right words? Yeah, we know what's right, but how forcible are those words that we're telling to people? They're not forcible at all. But do we let it go? No, we don't let it go. We can still tell people in love, but at that point, we have to move forward for ourselves. We have to keep ourselves on the right track, because the more we point out that sin, or the more we point out that error in judgment that somebody is making, that seed is growing into a tree that becomes that log in our eye, because we are focused on their sins and not our own. We easily get off track and focus on others when we need to focus on ourselves. So let us not get so far off track that we don't understand that, hey, these words are only words. And it's better to keep these relationships and continue to mold over time and try to get these people, try to love on these people, because obviously they are missing God's love. Because if they had God's love, if they felt God's love, they would try to do things in a different way. But when we're all in darkness, we all do the wrong things. And that last part again, do ye imagine to reprove words and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? You know, I'm just trying to gather all my thoughts on this. When somebody is desperate, sometimes, people become desperate in their singleness. People become desperate in their marriages. People become desperate in their jobs. People become desperate in their investments. You can look at all this. In singleness, you may make a bad decision to, get with somebody who you shouldn't get with. When you're married, you're disappointed and you're desperate for some kind of love or longing. So you step outside of that thing that has been there and set up for your success. When you have been desperate to regain or recoup some losses, you may make bad investments that cost you even more drama in the long run. I'm saying all this to say, when somebody is desperate, no amount of words can help them. Get out of that funk, get out of that mode, get out of that mindset. So what you have to do is continue to pray for people. You have to continue to, give it up to God. You have to continue to, look toward Him for strength for them. But in looking and asking God for strength for them, correct yourself and walk forward. Because not only are you fighting for someone else to be broken free, don't get yourself in bondage. Fight for yourself to stay on the right path. So be forced to fight for your freedom as well. Don't just fight for others. All right? So I appreciate you for coming along. And as always, enjoy the journey.